Hi everyone. I was just having a drink between Twitter Spaces and live streams. Refuel. Hope you're having an amazing weekend. Great to have you all here. So I think Kyle was first. Awesome to have you here. Rupali, Aridam, Krish. Who else have we got? Chrissy, Hermant, Priyanka. Awesome to have you all here. I hope you're having a great weekend. And thank you so much for geeking out with us here on this live stream and also in the Twitter space earlier. Who was here in the Twitter space earlier as well? Thank you all so much. Let's get started, right? So I think the plan, let me move this screen over here. I think the plan is we're going to be reviewing some open source projects. So we'll filter by live stream. And as always, we will go through the backlog first, and then we will select some of your projects as well. Love you all chatting in between each other in the chat. That's awesome. Absolutely great. Hey, James, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hey, Yash. Hey, Ravi. Thank you so much for that awesome pull request today. That was great. I'm going to give a thumbs up with my left hand because my right hand's broken, so I can't give a thumbs up properly on that side. Okay, let's go. Right, let's go to the oldest. We have 23 pages to go through, which is great. And I know the community has gone through a lot of them already, which is super cool. Hey, Sabrina, how you doing? Good morning to you. Right, let's have a look. So I think some of these ones didn't have links. I meant to kind of put a comment and close them after the last live stream, and I forgot. So I will do that after this stream. So let's have a look. Oh yeah, thank you so much, James. I was doing motocross and I hurt my hand, and I really want to say that I was, pulling a jump, doing a backflip, like 5 meters in the air, but actually I was stationary and I wasn't moving, and I fell off the bike and the handlebars of the bike landed on my hand. So I kind of feel a bit stupid. But if anyone asks, I was doing some amazing stunt over a cliff and over a waterfall, and it was just, if anyone asks, that's what the story is going to be. Okay, so let's have a look. Still in progress. There's no GitHub link, so let's move on to the next one. We need a GitHub link. And then we could find this one, but we want to make it easy for people. I always say make it easy for people as much as you can. So I'll put comments in for those. Here we go. We have a GitHub profile. So let's have a look. And you can see the community has already given some great feedback. Tom's always giving awesome reviews. I really want to hear what your thoughts are. Oh, apparently not found. I'm guessing they renamed their account. Again, renaming things, Chris, this is for you. Renaming things only if you absolutely must. We might be renaming Linkfree. There's a high chance we're going to be renaming Linkfree, and I'm really sad about that. Not because I'm attached to the name Linkfree, but because of the hassles and the confusion and everything it causes. So let's go on to the next one. You'll probably click on their name and find it, but let's see. This is Krish, and Krish has shared, is it a username? Is it an organization? Let's have a look. It's an organization. So Krish, are you still busy with this, or involved, I should say, with this organization as well? I'm interested to know. Let's have a look. Yeah, James is here. Everyone go check out James's YouTube channel. Lots of great videos focusing on Kubernetes, if I remember correctly. Is that right, James? Yeah, sad that you missed the space, Sabrina. It was how Martin had taken his open source project, is now making over $100,000 a year with their open source project, and how anyone can do it. So it was a really great space. It wasn't recorded. I try and do some spaces recorded, some not, because otherwise, if it's recorded, some people don't come up on stage or don't speak so openly. So I didn't record this one. Thank you so much, James. When are we going to do a community call? Good question, Chrissy. We had one recently, I think. Well, we had the EddieCon, which was kind of a mixture of YouTube Live and community call. So we'll probably do one in a few weeks. Hey, Praduma, how you doing? Yeah, James has got a great YouTube channel. Yes, Chris, I hate a strong word, but you confuse me by naming things all the time. Okay, let's have a look. So what do you all think of this organization? Like if you came to this organization for the first time, what do you think? I like that it's got a sponsor. I think that's great. You can see it's got almost 100 followers. I'm not sure about this. I see metaverse too many times. Like to me, I just ignore it. That adds no value. It's got a Twitter, it's got a LinkedIn, and it's verified. So that's all like thumbs up on this left hand, not my right hand. I like that it's got like something a little bit animated, but not too much. I think that's really good. It's got a nice banner. It shows me it's got Discord with 55 people online, which is good. It shows me it's got stars. I'm guessing it's their most popular project. Twitter again, probably not needed. MIT license for what? I'm not sure. Is it for this customized GitHub org or is it for another repo? And then you've got the connector of this again. It's kind of duplicated a bit. So I could maybe reduce that a bit, I think. But just my 2 cents. It's not too bad. It does not take up too much space. So that looks all good. And they've got pinned repos. Maybe 6 is too much. I think 6 pinned repos is always too much. I think 2 or 4 makes good sense. But yeah, it looks good. We can sort this. So usually it's like last updated, but a lot of people like to sort it by stars. So you can see that's their most popular one. Otherwise, I think it looks good, right? You've got top languages, most used topics. It's grabbing these from the repos themselves, and you've got the discussions. I think that's pretty good. It's got project boards, so that's always quite interesting to see what's going on. And it does have packages. I wonder if there's any packages there. There are no packages, so they probably want to hide that. I think that's probably a bit of a distraction. So yeah, otherwise it looks good. And I'm viewing this as someone not part of the organization, because if you're part of the organization, you can be shown a different customized organization. So someone who is seeing that might see something slightly different if they're part of the organization. Otherwise, I think it looks good. What do you think? Priyanka says pin 2. I think 2's less is more. Let's just say that less is more. So more people joining the stream. Thank you all for joining. So that's that. Let's move on. I forgot what I said. Can you all remind me? Looks good. Some suggestions. What were the suggestions? I forget already. Duplicate social badges. Possibly not required, but not major. What else did we say? Oh yeah, hide. Another project board. What's other tab at the top? Not containers, packages. Hide packages if not used. Packages tag on org if not used. What else do we say? What are all the suggestions? Less is more, exactly. Oh, I see Kyle says good question, but what did I miss the question? Let me see. Yeah, Purdue recently stopped using MIT, which is interesting, and we might change as well. So it's quite interesting. How do you know when to turn your open source project into an organization, Eddie? Well, it's a really good question. I think some people do it too soon, and some people do it too late. So doing it too soon is kind of having an organization with one repo and one person. It's probably too soon. I think there's a couple of ways you can look at it. One is you've got multiple maintainers and you want a bit more granularity or control across more than one repo. So therefore you might want to put it into an organization. Grouping repos together, like if you've got a website and a core project and so forth, you might again want to put it into an organization. So it's finding that balance really. And if you do it too late, I think is when you've got lots of maintainers, it's super popular. You don't want to move the URL. GitHub sometimes does redirect now if you rename things on repos. I don't think for usernames, but I don't know if it works from user to organization, but the sooner you do it, the better if that's where you want to go with it. So it's just finding that balance and weighing it up really. Were you doing the GitHub Accelerator? There was some talk about do we move Linkfree into its own organization, but I'm not too keen on it, to be honest. It's already in an organization. It's kind of part of EddieHub. It's run by EddieHub. The maintainers, the members are all amazing. I think it would add confusion to the community, cause more confusion to the maintainers. So it's already in an organization. So if it was under my personal account, I would definitely have moved it into an organization, but it's already part of an organization. But I hope that helps. I love to hear other people's thoughts. So it's definitely interesting. Yeah, Carl's thinking licensing. We need to start. It's becoming more and more important. Definitely need to think about that. Let's have a look. Let's see. Okay. Oh, Kyle's already the URL will redirect and according to Kyle and move one of my repos into an org. Okay, awesome. That's cool. Kyle, when are you gonna come and geek out on the Linktree project again? We do a live stream on that as well. I finished off that loader we did together on that live stream. I'm doing forms at the moment. It needs a bit more TLC, but yeah, I've done profile, links, and tomorrow I'll do milestones, testimonials, and something else. And then it's ready to launch to beta. Right, so what are we saying? So hide packages are on the org tab if not used. Oh, the pin 2 to 4, not 2 to 3, 2 to 4 repos. Right, let's close that and go on to the next one. Who have we got next? That was that one, my portfolio. Let's have a look. No GitHub link. Let's move on. We need someone to go through and kind of comment on the ones that are on GitHub links. Like, by all means, add the deployed version, but I should better find that through your repo anyway. Okay, so what are you all thinking? We've got a profile, our first profile for today. Let's have a look. Yeah, it was a really good question, Chrissy. I think it's something we should probably maybe have a Twitter space on kind of management of a repo. Should it be under an org? When do you add maintainers and things like that? I think that's quite an interesting topic. How to choose a correct license for a project? I always went for the most open, like MIT, but as we're all learning and others have mentioned in the chat, I think it's important to have some protection. Carl, you probably have like 4 computers, so you just, use one of the other computers. Yeah, you've definitely got a lot more permissions and in an organization, and you can split things out. It's pretty cool. Okay. Yeah, it's a really good profile pic, actually. You're right. I think it's really clear. It shows that they're friendly. They're kind of smiling, but not too jokey. I think a profile picture is really important. So yes. Okay, let's have a look. What else? I think they could make more use of the bio. Let's write this down. Let's do this. So looks good. Some suggestions. Great profile picture. And then I think they can make use of the bio. Like they're missing this prime real estate that people could make use of. Make more use of the bio. What else? They've got their Twitter, which is great. They've got the deployed link and their email. They've got some achievements. They're part of some organizations, which always looks good. And then on the right, I feel it's too kind of narrow and vertical. They can make better use of this kind of blank space on the right hand side. I don't know what you think. And starting off with buy me a coffee, I think they should go further down because you got to add value for someone to kind of give you money. So I just hurt my hand. That's really stupid. I don't know why I squished my hand. Really stupid. So I always suggest putting the kind of GitHub sponsors or buy me a coffee, whatever it is, towards the end, because then people can go, you know what, I like this person, they're adding value, I like their projects, let me donate to them, rather than at the top. You're asking kind of, it's like going into a restaurant and then someone saying, please pay for your food. It's like, well, I haven't ordered anything yet. How can I pay for my food? So you kind of want someone to sit down, enjoy the food, and then they pay for it. So let me make some suggestions. Suggest moving buy me a coffee to the end of the profile. And make better use of the blank space on the right. I think they can put it like 2-column sort of style, and they got 5 pinned repos. Always have an even number to make use of the space again better, but probably 4 is enough. Remove 1 or 3 of the pinned repos to make 4 or 2. And then with the contributing graph, it's good to have a bit of a balance if you can get each corner into double figures. I think, and obviously join EddieHub community and contribute to EddieHub projects. That's important as well. Okay, I will leave it at that. Let's move on to the next one. What do you all think? Have I missed anything? Let's see. What missed in the chat? Okay, here's James's question. What do you think of Buy Me a Coffee as a headline? Yeah, I don't think it should be a headline. The same with GitHub sponsors. I think people should try and use GitHub sponsors more because I think that we were discussing that in Twitter Space today. There seems to be more of a standard in tech, and people or companies already have their kind of credit card in their GitHub account. If they want to donate to somebody, they can just do it via GitHub sponsors. They don't have to create a new account on another platform or look for the receipt if they need to expense it or whatever. It's just all works seamlessly. So I would use GitHub sponsors number one. And then if you need other platforms, then by all means use them, is what I would suggest. Hey, Sidhan, also for being here. Chris is writing in a lot of capitals. So hard to read. Yeah, choose a license is really good, but I still find it really, really hard. Would love to know if anyone makes any specific efforts to try and get sponsors. Oh, this is a great question. Or do you all hope that your contributions are enough? Yes, so I purposely don't shout about my GitHub sponsors because I don't want the community to sponsor me. I mean, I'm grateful if they do, don't get me wrong, but that's not something I go out to try and achieve. I want to give back to the community. I don't want to take from them. So I hope that companies sponsor me. And obviously I'm grateful if individuals do. And I always say just $1 is enough. If you've got $5, don't give me 5, give me 1 and give the other 4 to somebody else and then spread it out like $1 each to 5 people. But in terms, I think companies are getting more and more interested in sponsoring people. So I applied to some open source funds, GitNation, Appright, GitHub Accelerator, and so forth. And they range from like $250 a month to $10,000 a month. And they usually just ask for your GitHub repo, and that's it. And I forget where I was going with this. Yes, and they all ask for your GitHub sponsors. So that's why I think it's becoming more and more popular to pay through GitHub sponsors. I know they removed PayPal, and it's a bit of a sensitive area at the moment. I think you can use Stripe with it, but hopefully that's available in most countries. I know it is getting rolled out more and more. But yeah, make it as easy as possible for companies to sponsor you. And there are funds. I think Appright wants to sponsor 30 projects, but they've only got 15 at the moment. So you need to have an active project. That doesn't mean you're kind of doing 30 hours a day, but it means you need to have an active project. And if you need help, add maintainers. Look at the people who contribute and add value to the project regularly, and then make them maintainers. And then you can apply to those funds. I highly recommend applying, but make sure you apply when you're ready, because if you apply too soon, then you get rejected. You probably can't apply again for, 6 months, a year. There is no actual number, but if they see it too soon, they're just going to say no straight away without reanalyzing your project. So make sure you have an active project. Don't worry about how many stars you've got or how many contributors you've got. Just make sure it adds value and you're collaborating with people. I think they want to see that you're collaborating with people. Okay, let's have a look. What have we got? Yeah, GitHub has really kept the fees low, which I think is amazing. Hey, Michael, how are you doing? Yes, awesome. We need people who aren't coders contributing to open source. So that'd be great. So many open source projects would welcome that. I think join a community and join a projects community, something that interests you, either because of the technology or because the problem is trying to solve, and just get involved in the conversation. And so many people would definitely want you to help. So yeah, get started. I think that's important. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Let's have a look. What have we got next? Was it this one? I forgot when we got to. That one we've now closed. We have another GitHub profile. Okay, let's have a look. So I think the days have passed with wearing a mask in your profile picture, to be honest, in my opinion. I don't know what you all think, but I think it feels like you're trying to like kind of hide yourself or protect yourself, or you're a bit nervous. I think it's better to have like a friendlier photo, let's say. So let's have a look. They've got a description, which I think is great. They're not following anyone. I would recommend following some people. I think it shows, again, you want to collaborate. So I would definitely follow people. You've got the time zone, which is awesome. It's really good. And you've got your socials. And GitHub now support more socials, which I think is good to include that there. And they're part of EddieHub, so yes, thumbs up. Let's have a look. Opening Gitpod. Maybe put that at the bottom as well. I don't know. I don't know how many major strong feelings, but that's for someone who wants to contribute. But they need to read. What do I have in mind? I might have it at the top of mine. Me giving advice, and I haven't looked at mine in ages, so I can't remember. No, I don't have it at the top. I think I have it at the bottom. No, I don't have it at all. Okay. But again, you're saying, well, you can improve my customized profile, but I haven't read it yet. So I would say, again, you probably want it at the end. I mean, buy me a coffee is the end. Maybe next to that, put like 2 columns, buy me a coffee, and then if you want to contribute. So it looks good. It's not too long. So they've got a description. I mean, I think they're talking about themselves in the third person. I'm not really good at writing stuff, so I'm not the best person, but it seems like a different tone to what's on the left. They've got some social badges and some YouTube videos. So yeah, it looks good. And then they've got a bit more information hidden away here. Okay, looks good. 6 pinned. Maybe again reduce that, but the profile itself is short, so you can get away with 6. You could get away with 6 being pinned. Whereas on the GitHub organization, you pin 6 and then you have like 6 repos listed below, so it kind of doesn't seem worth it. But here, your repos are in a different tab. So if you wanted to pin 6 and you've got a small customized profile, then I think that makes sense. I would say it's definitely too commit heavy. Let me start making some notes. Balance out open source contributions, not just commits. Can't spell commits. Let me leave it up on the screen and see what you all think in the chat as well. Okay. Yeah, exactly. We need different perspectives in tech. So yes, please get involved. Yeah, drop the mask. I think it's not so great anymore. Yeah, having it updated, I think, is good. Maybe not changing it too often, like Krish, who changes it like every day, every like hour. But yeah, keeping it refreshed, I think, is quite good. Yeah, Praduma, I would love to come to your talk at the conference and take your picture that you could use, like standing on stage giving a talk. So next year, let me share some thoughts. So I think that's really it. I think it looked okay. Yeah, it looked positive. Okay, let's move on to I've only got one suggestion for them. Close that. Let's move on to the next one. Let's have a look. Another GitHub profile. GitHub profiles are quite popular. So let's see. Okay, so let's have a look. They've got description. They're following people. They got some followers. Looks good. They work at Microsoft. They got location, time zones. Looks good. They're part of EddieHub, so definitely get a big thumbs up. Absolutely. They've got a banner, which I would probably say half the height. Like if you had a bit more information on the banner, like the kind of technologies or projects that you're interested in, then you might need a bit bigger if you've got other bit of text on there. But yeah, I'd probably half it because you want people to get people to your content sooner. Banner looks good, but maybe half the height, or add more text, for example, technology. To the blank space. got their socials, and they got a description. Looks good. This is the technology I guess they use. They got YouTube videos. I like that. It's probably updated with a GitHub action, and same with blog post. And yeah, I'm not too keen on this widget. A. I think it's the first time I've seen an A, because usually, actually no, it's almost saying it's always an A. So probably suggest that. And again, not too heavy just on the commits. Suggest removing the widget. Also try to do other contributions in addition. What do you all think? Let me see the chat. What did I miss? Krish, you don't have a custom GitHub profile? No, you're trolling me. Of course you do. You have like 10 profiles that are all customized, for sure. Yeah, I think GitHub sponsors is one of those things you're never going to get right first time. Same with customizing your GitHub profile, all those sorts of things. So I would say just do it, enable it, put it out there, and then just iterate on it and just keep tweaking it. I must have changed mine like 1,000 times, and there's probably another 1,000 more changes I need to do to it as well. So yeah, I would recommend just starting, and then don't have too many tiers. Maybe we could probably, I think I did a live stream on it a few months ago when we reviewed people's GitHub sponsors profiles, and then that way I took some ideas and updated mine, improved mine as well. But it's interesting from the Twitter space is that Martin had almost 500 GitHub sponsors. Like that's amazing, and some of them paying him hundreds of dollars per month. So you multiply that and do the math. It's pretty awesome. And to be across 500 people, then it's de-risking it all. Whereas if it's just one person doing $10,000 a month, and if they disappear or decide to stop sponsoring or their credit card expires, then you kind of get zero. So spreading that across 500 people is great. It definitely de-risks it, which is pretty cool. Rupali added theirs last week. Good, do it. Definitely add it. Is this a live video? I hope so, Michael. I hope I'm live. And will it be posted for one to watch again? Yes, it will remain on my YouTube channel afterwards. I think it will take like 24 hours or something for YouTube to process it, but then it will then reappear. I think if you keep the link, you can go visit that link yourself, but it doesn't appear on my YouTube channel until 24 hours later. But you can reuse the link. I think it does all like the HD and not HD and all the lower qualities. It renders all those. Okay, let's go move on to the next one. We're already halfway through the live stream. So let's move on. Where did we get to? I feel like we've done a whole page, but maybe I haven't quite done a whole page. I skipped a few. Another GitHub profile. Loving this. How many thumbs up have we got on this live stream? Have we reached 50 yet? So this profile that needs a little bit more TLCs. There isn't a bio. I've seen a B. I have never, ever seen B before. Like, that's great. So thank you so much. I don't know this person's name. Gigantoma. I've never seen a B. So this widget always shows an A, always. So I'm really happy. I've seen a B. So that's great. It's a pleasant surprise. But they definitely need to fill out. They've customized the GitHub profile, but they haven't used the bio on the left or put any links in. When they got a LinkedIn link, they could put that on the left as well. 16 likes, 19, 20. Wow, I had to ask for the likes for people to do it. Yeah, that's just so mean. 21 for me. Okay, it's slowly increasing. Okay, cool. So yes, I think a bit of TLC. Other people have already given some great suggestions, and we do have this repo, awesome GitHub profiles, where we can see all the different profiles that people have done, which I think is awesome. It's just great to see, what people have done with their profiles. There's so many to go through. We somehow need a voting system on that, but maybe that can come later. Okay, so let's leave some comments. Use the profile fields, for example, bio, link, location, etc. Okay. And then what else? Add more information in the customized profile. All I'm going to suggest for now. It's hard to comment when there isn't much much there. What have you all said in the chat? Yeah, I think if you're really active, you're gonna get like an A+. Everyone just always fell into A. It was A, then you saw A+. I think one time I've seen like A++ or something. So yeah, remove the widgets. They're like, I just don't even see them anymore. I literally just skip over them. Okay, so what have we got next? Let's have a look. Oh, this is a repo. Okay, interesting. I haven't done a repo this live stream. Let's have a look. 31 stars. That's good. It's quite hard to get your first like 10 stars. So that is nice. Let's have a look. For contributors, you can see the technologies they're using, which is good. And you've got a quick start guide on how to do it. I think like automate the world of LinkedIn, and I think a deployed version to the app would be good. Maybe a screenshot as well, I think would be good too. They've got wiki here, and it's just one page. Yeah, so the wiki's practically empty, so they probably want to remove that. So let's have a look. Wiki looks empty, suggest removing tab. But definitely, if you're not using any of these features, remove them. There's no releases. I highly recommend using releases, but if they're not using them, they should remove it. Hide releases as not being used. And then same with packages. I should say hide packages and releases and packages because they're not being used. Always hide the stuff that you're not using. It was active last month, so it's not, it's still an active project, which I think is good. One issue, I recommend like trying to create some issues that have the label good first issue, because then people will discover you when searching GitHub. Using pull requests, discussions being used. Some discussions are being used. What about actions? Yeah, there's some actions. Project boards. They're on their project board, so hide that tab as well. Hide project board tab as not used. I recommend using it, but everyone wants to use it. And if you go to Insight, it's always good to check kind of like the heartbeat of the project. They have their security policy. That's not the end of the world. No issue template, again, not the end of the world. No pull request template, not the end of the world. They've got the main things done. But it'd be good to get some templates there as well. I think that helps people. What do you all think? Should I check the chat and see? Hey, Ayush, how you doing? Yeah, closing stale issues and PRs. I kind of don't do that anymore. Don't automate that. I think it should be done manually probably, because then you can give some actual like better feedback to why you're closing it. So yeah, but automate as much as possible. I definitely agree with that. Okay, so let's close this, and let's move on. What have we got now? We're doing pretty good. X test. Can we just do something? Oh, they have another project. Okay, so we'll leave that for next time. I don't want to do too much from the same person. Let's spread it out a bit. Okay, and this is a profile, I think. Okay, got some suggestions already by the community. Oh, not found. Profile. So I will close the next one. That one? Yeah, yes, I think it was. Yes. Okay. Shall we do this one and then we'll pick some of yours as well? So this is not a GitHub link. No, it's not. Well, it is a GitHub link, but it's not straight to the repo. So I can't bother to manipulate the URL and find it. Let's go to yours. So who has some issues created with some profile reviews or open source project reviews, and we can have a look, or even GitHub sponsors? Just send me the numbers in the chat and let's take a look. Yeah, PR title checker is in using something like conventional kind of commits style. I think that just higher the barrier to entry. I think a maintainer can always edit it. So I don't automate that on our repos. In an ideal world, yes, but I think you've got to really think that you want to make it as easy as possible for people to contribute. Otherwise they won't. But I do like the idea. I just think in reality, it's not so practical. Okay. I'm worried when Chris shares numbers or anything like that. I do get worried. 7595. Hey Tom, how you doing? We were just talking about you actually. You've reviewed so many of these already, so really appreciate it, Tom, and hope you're doing well. Click it. No, I'm not falling for that. I fell for that last time. No. Oh, someone said, whoa. Okay. I trust Priyanka. I don't trust Krish. I'm not sure though. Maybe they're in it together. I'm not sure. Maybe they're, what's the word we say? They're in cahoots, I think it's the expression we use in the UK. Maybe they're like collaborating. What link can we hover it? It's Krish's no troll. When someone says no troll, you know it's a troll, right? Would you go to a restaurant where the name of the restaurant is called Good Food? You wouldn't, because you think, no, I don't trust it. Not sure. It's your, we can click it. It's your bento. Why not using your link-free link? Using your link-free link. Okay, so what have we got next? Let's have a look. You can share it by adding it to this repo. I'll share the link in the chat as well. It's links in the description below already, but I can share it there as well. And you choose the one you want. If it's a link-free profile review or open source review or portfolio review, resume, and so forth, we're all there. So yes. Okay, let's go back to issues. And what have we got? What have we got in chat? At least leave a comment. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to say. 7128. Let's have a look. 7128. Projects Hut. That's oh, I meant to open that in a new tab. Here we go. Let's have a look. Projects Hut is an open source web app that enables users to freely publish their projects and create user profiles within the platform. Okay, that's good. Active 1 hour ago. Looks nice. You've got some screenshots. I think that's super important. Different languages. Nice, really good. You mentioned what technologies you use as well. Looks good. What else can we see? So you got releases, looks nice. Sponsor this project, contributors, languages, wiki's not there. Good, I guess you're not using it. You got actions, I know you're using actions already, so that's good. Discussions, you're using that, so that's cool. You got good labels, good use of labels. Looks great. I think it looks very well organized. Let's have a look. Source. Pages. So I'm guessing it's Next.js, I suppose. Have a quick look around. DB. Okay. Yeah, I think it all looks good. I'm not going to look at actual code. Let's see what people think in the chat as well. Yeah, by the stress you give me. Hey Sabrina, how are you? I trust Sabrina, definitely. Krish, not so much. Yeah, just by seeing Krish's issue, I do get worried. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, but yeah, it looks good. You've got some topics, not too many, but you've got some topics, which I think is really good. Hacktoberfest is only a few months away, so it's going to get exciting. July, August, September, October. It's like 3-4 months, not too far away. Looks good. Interesting is where you sort of store the JSON files, I suppose. I guess I could go to file and go JSON, or maybe you store them in a different project. But yeah, it sounds similar to Linkfree in terms of publish their projects and profiles. So I have to have I think I looked at it recently as well, but I have to have a closer look. What else? I think it looks really good. I don't have much more to say. The other thing we can do is check the insights or the community standards tab, and it's like a full house. So it looks good. Just keep going. Although it says public template, I think you might have remarked the repo incorrectly, or are you encouraging people to fork it to host their own version? Trying to see, you don't have a quick start guide or anything, do you? So yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, I haven't got much to say. It looks really good. What does everyone else think? Yeah, only one branch. Is it protected? Yeah, definitely worth. That's something we can't check, but definitely worth, checking, making sure you have that. See if you can get a unique domain as well. I think that could help, like customized domain. It looks good. Love the translations. How do you keep them up to date as well? I find they go out of date very quickly. It looks great. I mean, really don't know what else to suggest. I was hoping someone would save me in the chat and suggest something. Yeah, Chrissy, go and share some thoughts and ideas and go help. I think that's always good to give a different perspective. Oh, you've done it. Refresh the page. Okay, you've done it already, have you? Let's have a look. What am I looking for? It's like a escape room, but the digital version. I'm not sure what I'm looking for. But no, we'll move on to the next one, but it looks really good. Don't know what else to suggest. I think that looks great. Great work. Oh, let's take the next number. What have we got now? Let's have a look. Everyone, share your numbers in the chat again. How can we create an open source project which also contains premium paid content for the user? For example, Font Awesome Icons is open source, but also contains premium icons. Yeah, absolutely. We're doing that with Linkfree. There are so many different ways you can do it. I think I have some videos on this. But for Linkfree, for example, we're going to host it, and it's free for people to use. It's open source. But if people want the premium features, they need to pay a small amount a month to use it. They could host it themselves, but most people don't want to because they want the social aspect, and they just want the convenience of having all the latest features there rather than them doing an update and all the rest. But you just have a few paid features, and then people will pay for that. That's what we're doing at the moment as part of the GitHub Accelerator. So I am sharing my journey on that, and hopefully that helps other people, because I want all of your side projects to be open source, of course, but also to have a premium version. And I think most open source projects can have that, because I think when I'm using so many open source projects, and so many of them I pay for because it's the convenience of either I want to support them or I just want the hosted version, right? I just want it to just work. And so I just paid the $5, $10 a month, whatever it is, and I just want it to work. I want to have the latest features. I don't want to have to do all the updates and upgrades myself. I might start like that and think, oh, I'll host it myself. I'll save myself $5. I end up paying $5 for a virtual machine. I have to spend time doing the maintenance. If it goes down, I have to fix it. I just want it to be up and running and working. I don't know what everyone else thinks. Do share your thoughts in the chat, everyone. It's a good question. I will be creating more content around that as well. So keep sharing those questions. I wouldn't maintain things separately. I know people do. I think in today's Twitter space, Martin said they have a private repo and they maintain things differently. I don't like that. I like having everything transparent and public and so forth. So yeah, that's what I would personally recommend. Chris is going to make a link-free clone. Why make a link-free clone? Why not contribute to link-free? You keep talking about these themes or templates for the profile page. I really want to see one. So we have some issues. I have an issue open for it, but we can always open another issue, because I think one thing we'll do is, I'm like, just a quick side note, everyone. I need to switch branches, I think. But I'm doing forms, and we'll have a drop down where you can select the different themes that you want. So if I quickly just switch to this, and I go to accounts, this is locally, it's not deployed at the moment, but this is what you have. And you go to profile, and the styling isn't perfect, it's just, I'm doing kind of minimum viable product. But I want to drop down here where you can select different themes for your profile page, and then that will show, the links look differently as well. So I think it would be great if I go view profile, people probably not want tabs. They might want it in 2 columns or 3 columns or grid, or like an app sort of page, like a dashboard page. People might want different things, or a bit like was it Bento, the link you shared, having the profile picture and the text all the way over to the left. So I think we could definitely have some templates around these, and that'd be part of the free version. And other people can create templates. So we need somehow to kind of have some standards so people know how to create them, and then we can have the community contributing. So that's what I suggest, Chris. But obviously it's your time. If you want to create a clone, by all means do it. I think you did an Astro one already, but it'd be good to join forces and oh, I didn't close this one. Or did I? Let me see. Be good to join forces. I did, yeah. Good to join forces and keep pushing a project forward. But entirely up to you. Okay. If it was a troll, I wouldn't be taking permission. Yeah, it's because you're going to kind of give me that false sense of security and then troll me later. I know your trick, because I'm sure you've done that before. You want to change the GitHub Accelerator image on Linkfree to gradient title. I'm not sure how that would look. I don't know if it needs it, to be honest. We are redesigning the whole app in the next couple of months. We are getting a company to do that. So I don't think we need to make those sorts of changes now. But you can always raise an issue with a screenshot or an example. Worst case, it gets closed. But you still get a green square for it. And it's still, you still connect to people, have a discussion with people. So, it's just, you can always raise it. Nayan, but don't spam the same message. Give me a good moment to reply. Yeah, absolutely. I'm focusing on Linkfree almost full time, almost. My plan is to be on it full time, and then see where we can take it. So yeah, thank you all for your support and help. It's super, super awesome. Yeah, so it's got some super exciting ideas for Linkfree. But once we do the forms, I think it opens loads of doors, and we can start adding more features, and people can add more features and so forth, because we didn't want to add new functionality to the JSON files. So the forms is blocking lots of things, but it's almost done. As you quickly saw, a quick teaser, I'm halfway through it. So hopefully next couple of days, we'll get a beta deployed out soon. Hey, Kyle, how you doing? Okay, we've got a number, 7442. Good timing, 7442. Let's have a look. Yes, the accelerator, there's an issue for the accelerator quality to be higher. I don't know if it's still open or being completed yet. I'm guessing I think it's still open. So have a look at existing issues. So yes, we still want to keep the file size small, but I'm sure it could be improved a bit more. Okay, it's 180 stars. That's looking good. Okay, so what's this project about? An open source alternative to Cirex. Provides a modern-looking, lightning-fast, privacy-respecting, secure, self-hosting meta search engine, ad-free, clean results, high level of customizability. Wow, it's almost Sunday for me, so give me a break. Tongue twisters here. High level of I'm skipping over that part. You can see it, and many other features while keeping privacy and security in mind. Okay, looks good. You've got releases. My eyes are going to when was it last updated 2 days ago, so it's very active still. Created in Rust. Looks good. I would maybe remove some of the buzzwords from here and keep it a bit shorter, but otherwise it looks good. It seems like all these tabs along the top are being used. Not sure what rolling means. So yeah, you got stable. I would just call it main, like everybody else. I think it's just, if you can be as consistent as possible, that helps. You haven't got a profile picture. I would definitely add one because it looks a bit kind of botty, spammy, I think, is what I'll suggest. Looks good though. And you got a preview, some screenshots. Cool. Looks good. Your features, installation testing, multi-language support. Oh, we currently don't have that. I would probably remove that section. I would just show the stuff that you have and maybe have a list further down of stuff you want to do in the future, to be honest. But it's good. I like why you said the license, why you said Rust. I think that's important. We probably need to do that on the link-free project as well. I think that's super, super important. I like that you're using the new notes features in the README. That's good. Roadmap coming soon. To be honest, I don't think that's such a good idea. But otherwise, yeah, it looks good. If we go to Insight, I'm going to check the chat in a minute as well. But full house here looks great. Pull request. Great that you've got similar labels to us as well, which is really, really good. Again, that consistency, which I think is really important. Maybe you're using our action for labels. Let's see. You got the stale bot. Oh, you got labels. I think this is from us. Yeah, EddieHub community. Awesome. Cool. Node version 4. We probably need to upgrade that. That's not for you to do. It's for kind of us to do. But it looks good. Yeah, I like that consistency. What I would say is that you've got good first issue. That's good because I think people can discover your project from there. And you've explained it here, which is really good because I think there's a lot of good first issues that don't have a good description. And the thing is, if someone comes to your project and it's got a good label, good first issue, and they don't think it's a good first issue, then they probably won't come back. So yeah, this looks really well done. Looks good. Let's have a look. Oh, I missed in the chat. Maybe put an Easter egg in Linkfree. I don't know. I think Tom mentioned that before. I don't know. Feel free, go ahead, do it. But I don't know, maybe just as a suggestion. I also add the point with forms now for EddieHub stats. Cool. Yeah, I think you're adding a toggle, or are you waiting for the forms to be done, Kyle? Maybe we should have a catch up tomorrow. Let me know if you want to have a catch up, and we can have a chat with some of the community as well. But I think you added a toggle to your pull request. I'm not sure. Yes, the hour is going fast. Yeah, accordions are quite good for FAQs. We put our FAQs in the app itself. So Chrissy's mentioned 2 numbers. Let's just pick one, and we'll see how we do with time. I don't know what to suggest for this one. I feel quite bad. The repo looks great. Not much to suggest. I mean, if I was to be really, really picky, possibly change the screenshot to an animated GIF or to a video, but that's just so minor. Possibly look at changing the screenshot to an animated GIF or video. I mean, that's really, really it. Otherwise, it looks really good. So what have we got? I'll find out live. Easy for me. No, I don't trust you, Krish. What have we got? Oh, after 74427. Okay, a bit confusing. 7599. Cool. My forms are very basic, very MVP for sure, but I want to get something out there. Okay, so 22 minutes ago, this is a new issue. So GitHub profile. So let's have a look. So you've got a picture. I think it's good. It's clear as well. I think that's just so important. So I think that's really, really good. And you've got your name there, which is really good. You've got a bit of a bio. What else? I think you're missing missing a space after the pipe here, between the pipe and the O. I would just change that, and then you're missing a space after the T and the pipe. I think I'm losing my voice. Cool. What else? You got your Twitter. You got the Discord. You got your Linktree. You can use the short version. You can use linktree.io and then your username. So you can actually shorten that. They both go to the same place. I think this redirects, actually. As you can see, it redirects to shorter one. So you could use that. You're part of EddieHub org. Awesome. And I think this is Emma's org as well. Looks good. Maybe too much animation going on. I would either pick the top one or the text. I wouldn't have both. I think it's just maybe too much, in my personal opinion. And you got about you. I think this looks really good. I like this. I think this comes from the customized profile from GitHub. They give you a bit of a template, but it's just so good. I don't know why more people don't use it. I think it's great. With these widgets, to be honest, I would suggest removing them. I just really not a big fan of these widgets. And if you look, it takes up a whole page. So you could, I would, if I was looking through this, I would just skip over these. But I think you could kind of, it's taking longer for people to look at your blog posts. And I know you work really hard at those, but also they might leave. They might come down here and go, oh, more widgets, and go. And they haven't even seen your blog post. And you've got 3 pinned, I would say, pin an even number, so 2 or 4. I wouldn't pin forks though, because I think it's confusing. I would pin either the original project. I wouldn't pin the fork in my suggestion. I think this is a fork as well, yeah. Otherwise, it looks really good. Let me try to leave some notes. I kind of forgotten what they were. What does everyone else think? Looks good. Some suggestions. So we said reduce the animations, I should say. The pipes, I won't write that down. And that was really good. Maybe remove the widgets. Remove widgets. And then you've got this happening, I guess, with the GitHub action as well, latest blog posts. So that will be updated, and then pin and even number, 2 or 4. And depending on the size of your kind of customized page, you might want to do 4 now, and as it grows, do 2 or vice versa. Although I think it looks really, really good. What does everyone else think? No worries. Thanks for sharing. Let's see. Okay, sounds good. But I hope that helps, Chrissy. And you got the can't even talk, too late for me. And you got the sponsor button, which I think is great. Yeah, I think it looks good. Hope that helps. But yeah, these are things that just kind of you keep iterating on over and over. Okay, everyone. 22 people. How many thumbs up have we got? Have you all given this live stream a thumbs up? But I really hope you enjoy geeking out with me. Thank you so much for geeking out with me on a Saturday. I hope you're enjoying your weekend. It is almost Sunday for me, and I will see you in the EddieHub community. We geek out there daily in Discord and a lot on the Linktree project. If you want to get into open source, you want to accelerate your career, your technical writing, your coding, your communication, your DevOps, your testing, whatever it is, you should do it on open source and do it in real world projects. And we are really taking the Linktree project to the next level with your help. So I really appreciate that. I'm dedicating a lot of time to that. So I would, love to geek out with you there. You're welcome. Thanks for sharing. 24 thumbs up. Wow, I want to go and cry because I think we've definitely had more than 24 people. Oh, you're still here, James. Awesome. Thank you so much for sticking around as well. I look forward to geeking out with you all again soon. Thank you so much, everyone. I really, really appreciate it. Have a great weekend. Remember to get some rest, and remember to do some open source as well. I want to wave with my hand that works. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much. I really, really enjoyed it. I like this idea, Praduma. Yes, James and Eddie collab. I like that. When are we going to do that? You know, I love having guests on my live stream. We could do one of the areas that James specializes in and, you know, do a Teach Eddie style, or we could just do a simple live stream review, which is always fun to see multiple people's perspectives. So I like that. Thank you so much. Saurav, you're late. We're just finishing the live stream. But thank you so much for joining. While you're here, give the video a thumbs up. Bit of an Easter egg at the end. So I did that because Chris gave me the idea of Easter eggs. Yeah, I do like the idea of Easter eggs, and they taste good as well. Yes, you did hear the music, but I came back because I love Praduma's idea of doing a collab with James. Right, this time I am actually going. Have a great weekend, everyone. You too. And Ravi, thank you so much for your pull request. Look forward to seeing your next one. I love it. Okay, bye everyone. I am now gonna go and get some rest. Bye.